These algae blankets that are on Michigan's lakes and rivers are an important part of the freshwater ecosystem. Unusually warm temperatures, stagnant water, and too much fertilizer are creating these harmful algae blooms, according to Michigan State departments.
Certain blue-green algae blooms, which are also known as cyanobacterial blooms, they can potentially produce toxins. And so if a bloom is producing a toxin, then it can potentially have a wide range of health effects for both people and animals. Sometimes those are more respiratory in nature, asthma type symptoms, difficulty breathing, throat and eye irritation.
So these algae blooms can pose a risk to people and pets.
People most at risk for health effects are the young, the old, and anyone with an underlying medical condition.
If you see a film on a Michigan lake or river with this green tint, please call the number or email this address. Let's bring in an expert from Michigan's Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy.
Typically, those types of blooms get described as spilled green paint. So it can be like a very bright, almost fluorescent color that looks like paint, actually, because it's so thick. Sometimes, though, it'll take on like a grayish metallic hue, maybe a little bit of a bluish tint, hence the term blue-green. Yeah, so when you get long stretches of hot, sunny, calm days, you get waters that have a fair amount of phosphorus and nitrogen in them. And then again, there's a fair amount of evidence that zebra mussels can make the problem worse as well, even in lower nutrient waters.
You may remember back in 2017, there was a hazardous algae bloom that covered a large portion, or several large portions, of western Lake Erie. In this NASA photo, you can see the swirls of algae just south of Detroit River's opening. Lake Erie provides drinking water to 11 million people in the U.S. and Canada, which is why the two countries are working to reduce the fertilizer and the chemicals going into the lake. Our Michigan lakes and rivers need farmers, residents, and industries to stop feeding the algae.